Okay, folks, hello and welcome back to the channel. So this is an unboxing, essentially, not a review as such, just showing you something that's arrived in the last few days. So I ordered from a company called Mouse's Miniatures, and I'll put a link to their Facebook page in the description of this video. So it's a Khaos Titan. So first and foremost, before anyone gets out their pram over it, this is not Warhammer. This is a 3D printed or 3D CAD designed, 3D printed um, figure, which is depicting a war machine, and it's called a Khaos Titan. So that covers that. So this thing is 3D printed in resin. They do lots and lots of various things. So here we have the instructions, and then we've got all the bits in there. So the first thing we're going to do is have a look at the instructions. Now, I am told that this thing requires very little cleanup, and is fairly easy to go together. So that's the figure itself. Comes without a base, so you build it up, paint it, and then you can base it however you choose. It's multi-pose, so you can pose it in various guises, I suppose. So it's all licensed from a company called Gamak to Mouse's Miniatures. So here we have the legs themselves. We're assembling the legs, and the lower part of the figure looks fairly straightforward. Obviously it's resin, so we're going to be using CA glue, and if required we can put some pins in and that sort of stuff. We'll see how we go. So that's the first bit. Then we're on to what looks like a bit of a tail, sort of mechanical type tail, onto the back of the legs, and then we're onto the sort of torso, and assembling that. And we have three options here for sort of the head, face, helmet, whatever you want to call it. So we'll do that. So it looks very straightforward. And then we're finishing off the torso, and then we're onto the weapons themselves. And then we're onto the shoulders. We've got some chain detail to add, etc. And then we're putting it all together in this sort of way, so top to bottom. So yeah, I'd imagine it's quite heavy. The box is quite heavy, all being resin. So they're the instructions. So they're just printed on A4 paper, but they're more than adequate for what we're going to need. So what I propose to do is get a few bits out of the box. I don't want to get all the bits out of the box. It's very well packaged, bubble wrap, clear plastic, etc. So we've got no issues there. And we'll have a look at the resin and the quality of it, how it's going to go together, how we're going to do it, so on and so on. So yeah, let's get the main bits, and that will give us a good indication of the quality of it, really. So let's move that bag out of the way. So let's start with, as the instructions would say, we're starting with the sort of lower body, the legs, etc. So let's start with one of those. So as we can see, these are all printed in resin. Excuse the state of my fingers, I've been spraying. So yeah, and very little cleanup required. We've got some lovely detail printed, sort of these rivets, etc., and these bolts, and it's very good quality. It's going to look lovely once it's painted and weathered. Very little cleanup is going to be required. There's no flash to speak of. It is looking awesome. We've just got a little bit here, little brush over with a sanding stick, and you're finished. You're done, and ready to assemble. This is the torso of the body. So obviously we're going to put the head or helmet here, arms here. Let's do it that way, in fact. So I'm guessing, yeah, that's going to be the back. So we've got this sort of engine detail, the pipe work is there, and again, superb quality. Little bit there, again with the sanding stick. We've got locating pin for the upper armor, or locating hole rather. This is going to be where the head goes on, the arms, and we've got these holes here. I'm very, very impressed. It looks awesome. It's going to take very little cleanup, and the level of detail that they've managed to achieve is just fantastic. So yeah, that's looking really nice. So this is the main upper armor piece. Very, very smooth. It's going to require very little sort of preparation time. We've got a little bit here, just this line here. Again, brush over with a sanding sponge, and we're good to go. And a little bit here around the back, and then we've got this this sort of pin here. So that is literally going to slot on to the top like so. And there we go. We've almost built the torso. There is quite a significant weight to it, so I think probably what I will do is use some brush rod just to strengthen it for when it's together, because super glue by its very nature will break. So yeah, some brush rod, so it's certainly, you know, around the waist here, into the legs will strengthen it, and around the arms and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, the detail you can't knock at all, and the quality of the print is absolutely superb. So yeah, that's very good. This is one of the sort of shoulder armor pieces, and again, a few scratches and stuff. That's probably happened in transit, to be fair, but we can smooth that out or leave them, you know, and use that as sort of part of your weathering. It's no issue really. And then we've got this sort of cloth detail molded onto it, so that will give us some contrast when we paint it, and just a little couple of bits of flash and whatever where the supports have been, I'm guessing. So this comes with all the supports removed, so we'll just smooth all that off and make it lovely. But the quality of the print is absolutely superb, and the detail that they've managed to get into it. So yeah, very nice. So this is one of the weapons. So they're all one piece, which is brilliant. So you've got no seam line to deal with where you're attaching the two halves. It's all done. It's one piece. Again, some significant weight in it. But yeah, the detail, you know, we've got pre-drilled barrels, all that stuff is there. These sort of core, heat cores here, once they're painted, it's going to look absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed. So the price of this was £60 posted. Postage was like £5, I think. So say £65 all in all, posted. Took about a week. Obviously they make them to order, so they print them, you place your order, and you print them, and then it arrives, and it came raw mail, tracked, which is always nice, and signed for and all that stuff. So yeah, absolute bargain, I think, for what you get. So let's have a look at some of the smaller bits that are in this bag. So we've got this kind of loincloth or whatever you want to call it, and again we've got all the stitching detail molded into it. So a little brush over with a sanding sponge, get rid of these support marks here, and we're good to go. And yeah, very, very nice. We've also got in this bag, we've got a little shield here which is going to go on the front, and again the detail is phenomenal. You get some aftermarket decals, or paint your own sort of motif on it, or logo or whatever. And this is the helmet that I want to use with these sort of horns on, and as we can see, the detail on that and the quality of the print is just superb. So that's the one I want to use. Another option here is this one, and again the quality, you know, you can see the teeth and everything are in there. We've got the light lenses are in there, everything is there, real good quality printing. And then we've got one of the chain details here, and again, once we remove those little support nubs, we'll call them, then yeah, I think we're off to a flyer. And obviously you can customize this, add your own chain skulls, all that sort of stuff, which I'll probably do at some point. But yeah, we get loads of bits in the box, and you can sort of go to town with it. It's fantasy, it's sci-fi, so there's no rules about how and what you paint, what color you paint it, or anything like that. I'm going to go for a very metallic-y, sort of very dark, rusted type effect on it, I think. So yeah, really good. Yeah, go and get one for that price. So Mouse's Miniatures, as I say, the link to them will be in the description of this video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and let me know whether you want to see me putting this thing together, whether you want to see me painting it, or do you want sort of updates of where I'm at with it. It's not going to take long to build, that's for sure. This is all going to be in the painting, because there's so much good detail on it, that we're going to try and make the most of that through painting and weathering, and putting it on a nice base. I'll have a look through the spares box and we'll get a nice scenic base for it, and build up a really nice model. Should stand about 9 inches, 8 to 9 inches tall when it's finished. So it's a nice size, and we can do it in sub assemblies. I think we can do the sort of the internals, the skeleton, all that first, and then we can add the armor plates after, which makes it easier for painting. But yeah, I'm very impressed with it. So let me know what you think, and go and get one. And I'll see you all next time. Till then, stay safe. Happy hobby. Bye bye.